Hello everyone, welcome back to one of my videos. This is episode 1 of From Recovery to Rodeo. This series is centered around my horse Harper, coming back after having an injury in the pasture. She was off for 4 months, and this is her journey back to, you guessed it, rodeo. So first off, we're starting off strong, just getting the horses fed that morning. This was the day that I was going to ride Harper for the first time since her injury. This whole video is spanned over I think 2-3 weeks, so we were trying our best not to rush her, and obviously we headed out to feed, and all of the horses were very happy to see me. As you can tell, they were very enthralled with their food. And then after that, after a few hours, I headed out and caught Harper, which she was a little confused why she was getting caught today, but after that I just stuck her halter on. She was super sweet to put her halter on, and then we headed up to the side-by-side to get her groomed and saddled and everything like that. I put her bit in, and she was so happy to be back, and I was so happy to just be putting a saddle back on her back and getting on her. It was so surreal to be back on her after 4 months, and she was super happy. She was kind of speed walking quite a bit on the way down to the arena, but after I set up the tripod, I zoomed in the camera so that you guys can see everything I'm doing and what I'm doing to work with her. Obviously, she was already trying to prance with me quite a bit, so I had to keep her pretty relaxed and keep her as laid back as possible and keep my energy as low as possible as well. And luckily she did let me walk her around for a little bit, and we just worked on some bending and some circles in general, just making sure she is going to respond to that bit if need be. And she was doing really well. Obviously y'all can tell she acts like she hasn't had a day off, even though she's had 4 months off. And then I walked her around for quite a while to get her nice and warm. I didn't want her to, get going too fast or anything like that. And then I was letting her stretch her neck and everything, which is definitely what I look for while I'm walking her around. And she really enjoyed just being out in the arena riding again. And after a while, I picked up a trot and just let her start trotting. She had a pretty fast trot, surprisingly. I know y'all can't really tell on camera, but it was a very fast trot, and I was trying my best to keep her calm and not let her run off with me or anything like that. She was super happy to be back, like I said, and obviously then I stopped her and backed her up. And then after that, I gave her lots of love just because I was so happy to be back on this horse, and gave her lots of hugs and everything like that. And then we worked on some smaller circles here, and this is one thing that I do work on with every horse, is getting them to cross that front leg over. As you can see here, she does it pretty well. This is what I try to do with all of my horses. I put it in slow-mo so y'all can see exactly what I'm doing, using my left foot to get her to move over. And then after that, obviously we went to the right, making sure to warm her up as evenly as possible. We were trying our best to only do walk trot today to just get her back in somewhat shape, to make sure that if she'll be sore, she's not going to be super sore after this ride. And then we just trotted around and had a chill time, making sure that she was staying as relaxed and calm as possible so that she wouldn't get crazy or anything like that. She was a little fresh, but she was obeying well. And as y'all can see here, she was putting her head down and relaxing, and I stopped her and backed her up, and then gave her lots of pets as usual because she's gorgeous. And here I was working on her moving off of my feet whenever I asked her to, and just working on some circles and almost kind of spinning. And same thing that I showed y'all just a second ago the other way, is that foot crossing over. She did a little worse this way, but then we walked her around, just letting her relax once again and letting her stretch her neck out and everything like that, which she was doing really well. Just letting her calm down in general because she was super duper excited And then after that, I was just working on some circles, as you can tell, just trotting her in some circles, making sure she remembers what she needs to do and how to use her body to get into a small circle like that. Now, this is one of the not so glamorous pieces of it. She was a little fresh and I touched her with the spur the wrong way and she tried to bolt off a little bit, but I immediately redirected her and just touched her with my spurs a few times to make sure it wasn't something I did, like she just got caught off guard from what it seemed like in the video, and I was just laughing at her the whole time because it just scared her, that's all. And then after that, I worked on, sitting her down and making sure she would stop on my command, not just take off like she did a second ago. And after heavy debating, I decided to walk her and do all lefts and all rights around the barrels right here. Just kind of getting her back into the groove of things. Obviously, she loves turning barrels. That's like her favorite thing. So I let her do what she wanted, and I just walked all lefts and all rights like I just said, just working on her, really making sure to slow down and turn whenever I asked her to, and she was doing so well. Like I said, she was acting like she hadn't had a day off, just making sure she crossed that front leg over and making sure she knows to hunt for that next barrel, and she did really good on stopping and just listening to me in general, which I was super happy with. I did let her trot around this one, but for the most part, I was trying to take it as slow as possible, and I decided to let her trot around that one, and she did really good, so I stopped her and ended on that. And then obviously after that, I walked her down and headed back up to the shop because she needed rinsed off because she was nasty, just in general. So I gave her a good rinse off, and then of course, horses, being horses, decided to roll in the dirt, as you can tell here. I also put in a tail bag and braided her mane to make her look a bit more put together because she was looking a little ratchet while being turned out in the pasture for a while. So she was definitely happy to be back, as y'all can tell, but she was happier to be rolling in the dirt. So a few days later, after she had some time off, I went ahead and one of my friends came over and I loped her through for the first time. As y'all can tell, she's so easy and so hard at the same time. She was doing really good. She was a bit strong, but I was super happy with her. She just needed to get back into some shape. And then this was again a few days later, and she was going a little bit faster this time. I was just kind of letting her pick her own pace, but her pace is always fast. That second barrel was really pretty, and just in general, she was doing really, really good. And I knew she was ready to haul for sure, so we were looking forward to the upcoming race for her. And then again, like a day or two later, I was exercising her in the arena, just getting her nice and sweaty, and I did 5 minutes of trotting each way. And then after loping around some, I decided to breeze her and just let her run full throttle. Then the next day, we decided to load up Harleigh and Harper and head to ride with one of our friends and rent out an arena. As y'all might know, I run at this arena a lot, if you recognize it. We have a series going on here, so that's why we've been coming here a lot. Obviously, I backed Harper off of the trailer, and she had her Benefab blanket on. But today I decided to kind of let her breeze through the pattern since this ground's a little better than at home. And as y'all can tell, she was loving it. She was so happy to just be running through a pattern again, and I cannot blame her. I was really happy to be riding her and running her a little harder again too. Obviously, she was getting back into some better shape, and I was so excited to haul her. So now, for the moment you've been waiting for, Harper's first run back in 4 months.
16.983, 16.983.
And that is all for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching the first episode of From Recovery to Rodeo. There are many more to come. Thank you for being here for Harper's first run back, and I'm excited to make many more runs on her and keep her sound and feeling good. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!